Good morning, everyone. I thought you say hello, Lucy. Thought it would be a good day to do a little garden tour this morning, since I'm taking pictures for my blog post. So let's get started. Let's start with the pots. My Sun Gold cherry tomato plant has lots of little tomatoes on it. They're starting to ripen. Actually, Emma picked the first one yesterday before I could get a picture. So I'm very excited about this. I have another Sun Gold tomato plant. Oh, you playing with the ball, Lucy? I have another Sun Gold tomato plant in the garden, which I will show you, and it is huge and very unruly. All of the Roma plants are doing really well. Some of them are starting to flower. I did plant them a little bit later. You're okay. I planted them a little bit later, so they're going to obviously flower and produce fruit later. But they all look really healthy, which is good. My cucumber plant is doing quite well, although there are little cucumber beetles. I don't know if you know if they're flying away before I can video them. But there are cucumbers growing, which is a nice thing. Sometimes the cucumber beetles come in and eat all of the, I don't know what they do, but they like destroy the flowers so the cucumbers don't get pollinated, and then they don't grow. No, we're not going to step on them. What are you doing, silly? The pepper plants, I'm not sure. These are the jalapeno plants, I think. The leaves aren't looking great. Oh, don't pick them, honey, okay? I'm not sure why, if there's just too much water, not enough water, who knows. This Roma plant is doing well. These peppers, this is the pot that I had to pull one of the peppers. Say that 3 times fast. One of the pepper plants, this one looks really good. Those two, they're not looking very good. So I don't know how they're gonna turn out, but we'll see. Everything is a we'll see. And then these are the last 4 pepper plants that I have in pots, and they all look really healthy. Definitely behind schedule. Definitely behind schedule, but that is okay with me. All right, Lucy, I'm gonna go in the garden now, okay? You coming? So the garden is looking pretty healthy. Matt came in this weekend and did some weed whacking, which is good because the paths are a big mess. So this is the pumpkin plant. The flowers are not as big right now. Usually there's a lot of flowers, and they are huge attractors for the honeybees. But right now it looks like most of the flowers are dead. We have lots of pumpkins growing. I don't know if you can see them with the light. Or with the weeds, rather. There's one right here. And I know that I have more in here. They're just hidden underneath all of the and there's another one in there. What is it, sweetie? Where'd your sunglasses go? You go get them? So I think I have like 8 pumpkin plants growing, but right now I'm a little concerned to see the white on there. It looks like the powdery mildew. So that's never a good thing. We'll see how that goes, I guess. This is one of my zucchini plants. Well, both of these are zucchini plants in here. And it looks like a lot of I don't know what that is. Some sort of, I don't know. So there are a lot of slugs all over the place in here. That one, I don't know what it is doing, but they are ruining my plants. And I do not see any zucchini. Oh, I see one zucchini in there growing. But that is kind of typical with my zucchini plants. Hold on just a second, Lucy. Looks like there's a few zucchini coming up over here, but if you see this one, this is what, so this is what they look like when they don't get, when they die because of the cucumber beetles and the stink bugs, which is kind of a pain, but it is what it is. I've got to just accept it, I think. The kale is still growing well. There are a lot of little worms and slugs eating the kale. That's why there's the little holes in it, but for the most part it's okay. You know, you just gotta clean it. Well, over here are my green bean plants, and they were much taller. I don't know if you can see this, but something came and ate all the tops off, and I'm pretty sure it was slugs, which is really annoying. But overall, there's a lot of growth. There's still lots of green beans growing, so I can share a little bit, I suppose. This is the cabbage, red cabbage. It is still growing. It is definitely not as good as it should be right now because of my mishap with the groundhog earlier in the season, but I am hopeful that it will turn around and head up really nicely. We still have probably 6 weeks before I would even think about pulling these. So now onto my tomatoes. They are all doing really well. There's lots of Roma tomatoes here growing, and right here there's some more. These ones in the back don't get as much sun as the rest of the garden beds. This one and also the bed with the kale in it. So they do tend to take a little bit longer and do not grow as big of fruit. Okay, so this is my other Sun Gold tomato plant. Actually, this one is ripe. This is what they look like when they're ripe. They are delicious and probably my favorite cherry tomato, and the kids really enjoy them as well. So this is the plant. I don't know if you can see it with the weeds or if you can really figure out what part is the plant and what is the weeds, but it's growing all the way out here. It's sort of falling over in the tomato cage, and there are tons of tomatoes all over it, which is cool. There are tons of tomatoes, and I can't wait to pick them. They are delicious, like I've said before. This is another tomato plant right here. They're growing super high. Hi, Lucy. What you doing? These ones are all growing really, really high, and so I don't think I realized how big they would be, or I would have tried to get bigger cages. Then I have one pepper growing right here in amongst the weeds. Always lots of weeds. Yeah. And then over here are the cucumber plants, and I'm just not sure. There are cucumbers growing, and they're also actually attacking my they're growing onto the tomato cage there, where there's more Romas growing. I think I might end up getting some cucumbers. It looks like there's a lot in there. So, I don't know if you can see that. There's cucumbers growing right in here. I don't know if you can see with the sun, the light, obviously in the morning it's very sunny. But I am hoping that I will get a few cucumbers. Just a few would make me happy. And then over there are the potatoes, which need to be hilled again, and I've talked about this repeatedly. I need to put some straw or something down. I have not gotten anything yet. And the reason I say that is because we have a lot of clay under our soil, and I'm actually not even sure if the potatoes are going to grow because of the clay. So it'll be another we'll see. So that is the garden tour for this week. There's a lot going on in the garden and it's a big mess, but I really like it. I'm hopeful that things will just turn out for me with the pests, but that is always a crapshoot, honestly. I feel like every year the bugs take me down, and I don't know why I keep gardening. I can't seem to get rid of that need. So, but hopefully they will leave me some produce to pull, and I think actually the tomatoes look really good. So, and that is my most favorite part of the garden, the tomatoes. So hopefully in another few weeks things will be going really well. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave me a comment below and tell me how your garden's growing. Bye.